This is Newsline 9 Sports.
A week before the deadline, the Brewers have made another trade. Still not a blockbuster, but bigger than the last. Milwaukee has acquired right-handed relief pitcher Anthony Swarzak from the White Sox in exchange for outfield prospect Ryan Cordell, who was in Triple-A. Swarzak's having a good year, a 2.23 ERA in 41 appearances. It's the last season of his contract, so this will be a one-year rental, and Swarzak is expected to join the Brewers tomorrow. Now, this all comes as the team begins perhaps its biggest week of the year. They'll return home on Friday to begin a critical series with the Cubs, but first they finish out the road trip in the nation's capital with 3 games against the NL East leading Nationals. The Brewers took the early lead with a couple of infield hits, and then in the 4th, Travis Shaw down the line, nearly adding to it, but that's just foul. Take another look. Could have been a game changer, but later in that at-bat, this one is clearly fair. Shaw to the deepest part of the park here in left center, and he opens up the Brewers' lead to 5-0. That is a game changer, his 23rd of the year. Eric Thames and Matty Pena had that lead in the 5th with home runs of their own, solo shots to make it 6-0 and then 7-0. Meanwhile, Zach Davies on the mound. He's no stranger to run supports, and he backed it up tonight. Brilliant on the mound. 7 2/3 innings, just 3 hits and no runs allowed. They give him 8 runs tonight. That's right at his season average, and it was more than enough as the Brewers get a much-needed win to begin their key week. And now, once again, they have sole possession of first place in the NL Central, half game above the Cubs. Again, Milwaukee with 2 more in Washington before returning home to take on Chicago Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before the trade deadline on Monday. When I said it was a big week, wasn't kidding. Packers rookies and veterans alike are heading back to college. With their first training camp practice just 2 days away, the players moved into their dorms at De Peers St. Norbert College this afternoon. It's the 60th straight year SNC will host the Packers during camp. That's the longest such relationship in the NFL. For the players, this means they'll be cooped up in tight quarters for the next few weeks, many of them with a roommate. So what do you look for in the guy you share a room with? Rookie Josh Jones has a pretty good idea.
A roommate who doesn't snore. That's very important. I mean, you do a lot of bonding wherever you're a roommate. I mean, you're going to get to know him pretty good. Obviously, just like how in college, you know, you had a roommate in the dorms, and you guys, whoever probably was your roommate, probably was your best friend that year, freshman year, you know what I mean?
Year 12, I don't think they pair you with a roommate in year 12. You know, you don't spend too much time in the dorm during training camp, basically in practice and in your meeting rooms. The only time you're in the dorm, you're really trying to sleep, but just, you know, interacting with the guys on the team.
I don't know about you guys, but I didn't like my roommate.
Bad experience.
Plenty of training camp talk with Devon House on our Pack Attack training camp kickoff special earlier tonight. If you missed the show, no worries. We got plenty of clips on WAOW.com, including a surprise visit from the 2 brothers who drove Devon from Minneapolis to Green Bay for an OTA practice back in June. Devo's reaction to that was priceless. I love that story. All that and more on WAOW.com. And once the Packers get started, the Badgers will quickly follow. Wisconsin holds its first practice of fall camp on Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium. This will be the 2nd straight year the team opens camp with a new defensive coordinator as former All-American safety Jim Leonard takes over for Justin Wilcox, who left for the head coaching job at Cal. Paul Crisp was asked again about Leonard at yesterday's Big Ten Media Day. His favorite thing about his new D coordinator? He's a player's coach.
What I love about Jimmy and what I love about Justin, it's not about them. It's what is for our players. How does it fit them this year? What can they do? How much can they learn? And so I thought he did a good job this spring of kind of pushing it a little bit. What can the DBs handle? You know, do we want to get some of the multiplicity in coverages, or what can we do pressure-wise? You know, how can the guys handle that?
And multiplicity, I looked it up, that is a real word. Yeah. Also a 1990s movie starring Michael Keaton.
Oh.
I don't think that's what he was talking about.
Probably not. Okay, thanks, Brandon. We'll be back with a final check on your forecast.
That is research. I like that. That was good. And defying the odds as a cow celebrates a big birthday. We'll explain next.